Now let's explore aromatic white grape varieties. The first one is a Torrontés from Argentina. The second one is a Viognier grape from France. The third one is Gewürztraminer grape from France. Let's compare the appearance. The first one is a pale lemon color. The second one is more of a medium lemon. And the third one, the same, is medium lemon. So the second one, the Viognier, and the third one, Gewürztraminer, the color is slightly deeper as compared to the first one, the Torrontés. More importantly, let's smell it. The Torrontés is very pronounced, and the aromas include lots of ripe stone fruit, even tropical fruit such as peach, nectarine, melon, and also very grapey. It smells like grapes. And of course, this one has lots of flowers. Okay, jasmine, blossom, acacia, honeysuckle, everything. The second one is a Viognier. It's not that pronounced, but it's still very obvious. So not as pronounced as wine number one, but I still give it a medium plus intensity because it's still very obvious, medium plus. And it also has floral notes, but less floral. So it still has obvious blossom, honeysuckle aromas, the floral aromas, or the white flowers, but not as pronounced as wine number one, the Torrontés. And this is a Viognier, and Viognier is really more about stone fruit. So this is really peachy, lots of peach and apricot, nectarine. So it's more about the stone fruit. The third one is a Gewürztraminer. It's very pronounced, very pronounced. Has lots of flower notes. Again, it's floral, lots of white flowers. Very blossomy, orange blossom, and elderflower, those kind of very blossomy, fragrant flowers, honeysuckle. For the fruit, there are lots of different fruit in it. So it has peach, nectarine, all those kind of stone fruit, and the melon, those kind of tropical fruit, and it has a particular Asian fruit smell. That is lychee, or some people say lychee. Okay, if you haven't tried those kind of fruit, try some lychee liqueurs. It's very tropical, melon, lychee-like. And it has almost a hint of honey and also a bit of ginger spice in it. So it's very interesting for this Gewürztraminer. Let's go back and taste the Torrontés from Argentina. I smell lots of like riper fruit smell, but on the palate it's actually dry. And acidity is pretty fresh, so I will say medium plus acidity. Alcohol is medium, but it's almost towards the high end. Okay, but we just say medium alcohol, but not that medium lower, but almost towards the high end. So it's still medium, but have some alcohol sensation. The body is medium because of the flavor intensity. It's still very pronounced on the palate, but a bit less floral, but more grapey to me. So it has some grape, some peach, some melon, all those kind of fruity flavors. Finish, I would say medium. Okay, it's kind of like, I expect it has such a strong taste. It will have a longer finish, but actually the finish is not that long. So it has a pronounced flavor, but a medium finish. Let's taste the middle one, the Viognier. this wine is off dry, so it definitely doesn't have this kind of very sweet perception for the sugar, but it's almost just have a hint of sugary sensation in it. So it's off dry, almost dry. Acid, I would say medium acid. It's kind of fresh, but not making me drooling a lot. So it's medium acid. And the alcohol, again, is like this Torrontés, like the first wine. It's medium, almost towards the high end, but we still say medium alcohol. Body is medium plus. It really has a fuller body sensation in this wine. So it's medium plus. And the flavors are pretty pronounced on the palate. It has lots of defined peach, apricot, stone fruit flavors. Again, the floral notes is not as pronounced as compared to the nose, but we can still taste some of the blossom, those kind of honeysuckle floral flavors. And the finish is still kind of medium, okay, not that long. It disappears rather quickly, but not too quickly, so it's medium finish. Let's taste the last Gewürztraminer. This is again a really solid off-dry sweetness. It has some sugar in it, but not medium dry, medium sweet yet. Okay, it's almost dry. So has some sugar, almost dry, it's off dry. The acid is really not there, so I would even call it medium minus acid. And the alcohol of this wine is high, okay? It's a little bit higher as compared to the first two, so it is in the high range for white wine. And for the body, it's really full for white wine. It has a hint of residual sugar, it has so many flavors and higher alcohol and not that high acid. But still everything is balanced together. We have pronounced flavors of everything we described. Lychee, lychee, melon, nectarine, peach, and all the floral notes. It's still very floral, flowery on the palate. So lots of blossom, lots of elderflower. And the finish is rather long, but not too long. So I give it a medium plus finish for this wine. Let's mainly focus on the grape varieties for these three wines, because different grapes here really expresses different personality, especially for these aromatic grapes. For the first wine is a Torrontés. It always shows this kind of grapey fruit flavors along with floral aromas for this grape. So Torrontés is usually very grapey, melon-like, and lots of flower notes. Okay, and for these kind of aromatic grapes, they are never very high in acidity. But the first one does have really refreshing acid. It is because it's from a very high altitude place called Salta province in Argentina. So the high altitude keeps the refreshing acidity because the night is very cool. The second one is a Viognier. Viognier is famous for some floral notes, but also lots of stone fruit characteristics. So I have to say the second one is the most peachy apricot aroma driven wine among these three. Okay, it's about the stone, peach, apricot fruit. And the acid, again, these kind of aromatic grapes is rarely having very high acidity. So it's kind of medium acid, but still very balanced. And also the body is full. It has a fuller sensation on the palate. And the third one is a really floral grape called Gewürztraminer. And again, the acid is never that high, and it's almost having an oily sensation on the palate for these kind of grapes. And it's filled with lychee-like fruit, Okay, and those kind of flavor compounds actually is really close to what you can find in lychee, that kind of fruit. So it's tropical, it's lychee, it's melon, and lots of floral notes, those kind of elderflower, orange blossom. And if you taste Gewürztraminer, it's usually very memorable because of these kind of aromatics. Actually, if you taste all these kind of aromatic grapes, it's very memorable because not many wines show these kind of sexy floral aromas and those kind of fruit expressions as compared to these kind of wines, because these are Torrontés, Viognier, Gewürztraminer. They are just so expressive in its aromatics. Cheers.